Well, it's alright now because anything you do, baby, that's alright. No, baby, that's alright.
Switch that V6 for the EV, ride around my city. You should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me sip water like a fish, sip box water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover. Do it for the future, time to get a world a makeover. Time never stops, no, the timing is not. Time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess, how can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been, could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate, we need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it change cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. New car goes zoom, but it's quiet. You can hear me come and think I'm lying. If I said I'm perfect, I'd be lying. I can say I'm perfect, but I'm trying. I'ma give my all till I'm dying. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damage. World on my shoulders while I'm standing. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green.
Myself up, moving on to the better. Hey. Ain't no errors, baby, it's a new era. I wake up early, feeling rich like I'm Kesha. I get to the paper, boy. Extra, extra. Walk with me, you know that I got it. Come with me, let's take a trip to the islands. We up on the jet, we'll do more than just fly on it. Stand on that hill, you gon' die on it. Boom, boom. Baby, I'm not one of them, you should try on it. Miss me with all that, I'm on it and next. Whip this up, I send you back to your ex. But good luck with that, this is big as it gets. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Yeah. Oh shoot, they don't let me shoot a whole clip. Firepower in this coalition. We just turned the field into a demolition. It was desolate, but I had premonition. I was training for war, every exhibition, every extra mission, every enemy listening. Get off my dick, I got bad intentions. Make it right every wrong, and I'm back with a vengeance. I show you the ropes. Peace in my town, I can show you the coast. Up in the shots if they wanted to smoke. If you know, then you know. Suited up, my whole team do the same. Don't you forget who created the game. Ready for war, I was born with grenades. The trenches where soldiers are made. pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. Give them a name to remember. Hey, let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure. A moment can live on forever. Let's see how you do under pressure. Let's see how you do under pressure.
Check 1 2 1 2.
Me, it was never me versus you. It's understood. Get up, had to beat those odds. Got up and I beat those odds. It's understood. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job. Just how I should. It was always me versus me. It was never me.
Five people, what's up?
Understood. Get up, had to beat those odds. Got up and I beat those odds. It's understood. It was always me versus me. It was never me versus you. And now I'm good. Wake up and I do my part. Wake up and I do my job. Just how I should.
Let's get it.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Welcome everyone to Late Night Crypto Charts with the Road Dog. My name is Lane and I am guiding you through the charts tonight. We're looking at the sea of green right before me here on Crypto Bubbles, man. Do you remember not long ago when it was red all the time? Do you remember that nasty bear market that we went through? Yeah, this is us. This is just the beginning of our payday. This is just a little taste of the frosting on that big old juicy cake that we're going to dive into as the numbers continue to go up. It's the weekend, and it's a little bit happier of a weekend. We're seeing a little bit of an increase in sentiment on the weekends, which means that retail's starting to come in. Hello, fishy. Come on in. However, the new ones will come here and watch this channel and a few others like Trade Intuition. Shout out to Joe over here in the chat. Also, a fellow YouTuber has a channel teaching the beauties and the life-changing elements of technical analysis and trading. Love that. Let's go over here to, oh, by the way, if you didn't know, the AWG will save you 10% off of a Tangem wallet. You need some place to keep this crypto, keep it off the exchanges, contribute to number go up, get your crypto off the exchanges, man. Come on, let's not let that be a bad habit this time. Saw how it went last time. Yeah, people lost. Big. Hardware wallets, man. Air gapped. Even if you don't go Tangem, which I think that you should, because it holds Caspa and all the coins that you can't put on your other ones. Much more safely, in my personal opinion. There's also SecuX. Woohoo! Also have links to all this stuff. They got one very similar to Tangem with a little extra thumb for anything. What if somebody cuts off your thumb? Anyway, we'll leave all this now and we'll come over to... Okay, so there's the Leap competition has started. Seize this chance to win up to $10,000 risk-free paper trading. Joe, you had a video on that earlier today. I've not got into that. I do have the paper trading thing on. And baby, let's check our numbers out. They give you $100,000 to trade with. I knocked that sucker down to 97. I was like, ooh, this ain't looking so hot. And you know, when you don't overtrade and you just kind of leave things alone a little bit, number go up. Isn't that crazy? So my account balance is now 172,000. My equity is 387,000. I attribute this mostly to Bitcoin because that's what I concentrated on, and it did. It's outperformed your altcoins. I'm sorry, Bitcoin's been the winner. I mean, yeah, you had some chances to do some really good things with altcoins, but would you put your whole portfolio in it and felt safe? But strangely enough, I feel safe putting my whole portfolio in Bitcoin. I'm starting to take my staking rewards and put them into Bitcoin because I honestly feel that in about 6 months, you're going to look back at this Bitcoin price and say, there ain't no way in hell I can ever get another whole Bitcoin that easy again. We're going there. All right, so off the little paper trading thingy thing, I'm trying to get to Bitcoin. Shout out to everybody joining me in the chat here tonight. Who all we got? I know we got Strega in the house. How's it going, Mr. Strega? I see Haven. How's it going, Haven? Thank you so much for your contributions. Haven has gifted many a membership to a lot of you guys hanging out here. And we got, of course, we got Joe over here from Trade Intuition. How's it going, Joe? Oh, look, Haven did it again. Gifted another membership. All right, and looks like Dave Forget. How's it going, Dave? Dave got that one. We've also got One Hitter Quitter in the house. How's it going, One Hitter? Hope you all are making money. I hope you guys are too, man, because you deserve it. You've been here in the bear, especially if you've been sitting here watching my channel. We've been going through the rough patches and everything all together. And now that whole strategy of accumulating during that bear market is starting to pay off. Like it. Love it. Nothing can make me more happier than to see you guys find financial freedom, and that's what my channel is all about. To help you guys avoid the pit traps that I've been through, because gosh, and how long? What is this? It's 2014? I've been in this about 11 years now, and I'm telling you, rug pulls, I've been through it all. Cloud mining before it was real. I have lost so many Bitcoin. I intend to get every one of them back. It's just been a whole lot harder than what it was back then when it was a lot cheaper. Hindsight's 20/20. That's why I don't want to make those dumb mistakes again. Bitcoin is very, very important to my strategy. I don't care about that stinky dollar. Oh, stinky dollar. Because I know that when a bull market comes, even though Bitcoin drops, I mean, it dropped from what, 70,000 basically to 15 over time, right? It's still better than my altcoins to try to hold them through that bear market. That's not how this game is played. And if you think it is, if you're saying, oh, I'll hold this for about 5 or 6 years and then we'll come back. Good luck with that one. I cringe every time I hear people say that. That tells me you don't understand this 4-year cycle theory. You got 2 years to make it and 2 years to watch it go almost down to nothing. And that's against this dirty, filthy, stinking dollar. Yeah, your altcoins, the dollar is outperforming your altcoins during a bear market. Isn't that crazy? Think about it that way. So, but I feel more comfortable having my profits in Bitcoin. Sure, I'll take some in dollars, of course. I gotta have dollars to live. Okay. But I'm not afraid to ride that train. I can actually borrow against that Bitcoin. Like when things do get down to the juicy bottoms, whatever amount of Bitcoin I got, ooh, that's my new bag starter. I can borrow against it, keep that Bitcoin, borrow against it. And as Bitcoin increases in a number, I don't have to worry about that loan, which is tax-free, by the way, being liquidated. And the profits that I make doing my altcoins that way, well, that just pays up the little thing back and it just wins. It's a nice little system. Get set up for that. That's the next level, ladies and gentlemen. And don't forget about Bitcoin is what I'm telling you. Accumulate as much as you can, positively. Don't be left out on Bitcoin. Being fooled by all the altcoins. They're nice, shiny new toys, but they also lose their luster in about 18 months. So let's ride this train for what it's worth to our destination, which is financial stability, financial security, financial freedom. Stop being a slave to the corporate system and break out of the matrix. Let's go. Take a look at some of these indices here. I get to preachy sometimes. I don't know. It just happens. For some reason, I always bring up the S&P 500. Like I just, at some point we have to pay more attention to this, getting more around that way. But today is not the day. So going back there, you're supposed to be Bitcoin dominance. I've got a glitch in my way. I've got this saved, I believe. Here we are. I'm dragging the 4 hour. I prefer the daily, but you know, it's a little bit more relevant, a little easier to see here in the 4 hour. So we're kind of taking a look at it. Overall, I like to see the bigger picture because that puts everything in perspective than this little snapshot we got here. But Bitcoin dominance broke back into this trend line pattern. It broke back into a bearish pattern. Oh, what could that mean? Well, that could mean it's getting ready to possibly skyrocket the freak up. However, just now, recently, we broke back to the downside of that pattern, and I've got it drawn pretty well right there, unless I'm missing something earlier, which I shouldn't because we came in this range. We'll take a look at that, but one could interpret this as a bear trap in the Bitcoin dominance go crazy. What will be the narrative behind that? There's a rumor BlackRock's given us 72 hours to acquire Bitcoin before they just go in full balls to the wall. I don't know how much truth there is to that. But I can tell you this, Total 3 right here ain't giving a dang this weekend because this is clearly headed to the upside right now. Now tomorrow, it may change its tune and we might get a bigger pullback. It might even pull back a substantial amount. I do not know. What I can tell you right now is all we can do is draw us a trend line and hope that it gets further and further away from that little line, which it is right now. That's just a good sign, meaning that our bags are going to be pumping for at least probably the next 12 to 18, maybe hopefully cross our fingers, 36 hours. I don't know. Keep them always pumping. Always be pumping, baby. ABP. Yeah. Always be pumping, baby. That's the perfect logo for a breast milk. Metis. Always be pumping, baby. All right, let's move on. I got some juicy altcoins. If you guys got anything you want to take a look at, so meme coins are going off the chain, man. So we can look at some meme coins. I also want to look at some things that are kind of on the downside, but the biggest thing that if I had a message to get across tonight is if you really want to see what your altcoins are the strongest out there, you got to go old school. You got to go OG. And I think this would be a very cool way to just kind of weed out some of the altcoins. And take your favorite ones. INJ, I like that one. But you put it against Bitcoin. And who's got the good chart? Most likely Binance. They've been around since 2017, was it? 18? They were the new dogs then. I didn't like them at first, but then they very much grew on me. Then I just loved them. I was back with Bittrex and Poloniex, and geez, Bittrex screwed us all. Not on purpose, I don't think. It was the regulation, which they tuck their tails between their legs and run. We want to go through like the weekly charts, and we want to look at the ones that are outperforming Bitcoin, that are going up and up against Bitcoin. INJ's a good one. Lucky here. And at some point when I was looking at this, just judging by the fibs that I got pulled up, when was this? March 2021. It was 0.0002534 per INJ then. And currently, even though it's peaked up to a nice level, 0.001, is at 0.0007, you could have doubled or tripled your Bitcoin just by buying INJ. With Bitcoin there, or with its dollar equivalent at that time, which in 2021 wasn't that much for Bitcoin, was it? Oh, well, it was in March. I've digressed. That went all the way through the bull market to the bear market. We're already above what we were last bull market. Bitcoin value. All the way down here, these juicy bottom numbers, 0.0001. That did a 10x in Bitcoin from these bottoms already in Bitcoin. You know, if you had 0.1 Bitcoin in INJ back here, you theoretically could have had a full Bitcoin by the time it reached up here. Well, you would have, mathematically speaking. You can't really fudge the math on that. So those are your real opportunities, or coins that are gaining against Bitcoin, and we get hyped up and we get tunnel vision into this whole dollar narrative, which the dollar is really worthless. It's debt. It's debt. It's debt. It's an exchange of debt. It's not even a real thing. It's not even on the positive side of the scale. It's on the negative side. And Bitcoin being the positive side, it's actually something. I can't see it. And you always get those kinds, don't you? I'm looking for a nice juicy channel. I see several ideas here for one. Oh man, this is the most notable one right here, though. I like to chart them against. Oh, yes, I'm loud. Copy it. Control. Yes, I'm loud. I just like to see a channel and everything. Give me an idea. Could even extend up more. I can't wait for that to happen. Do it, baby. Do it. Oh, I want to keep that angle so bad. I have to come back and readjust that. I'm sure I'm guesstimating right there. I know, I'm so picky on the. I learned to be picky on these lines because the more picky you are, the more accurate that they can make you. It's been my finding. That would be a nice little come up. I'm not going to go through all the basic tea on this because this is Bitcoin parent. A lot of you guys really don't care, and it's sad to say, but you guys are really missing out on one of the secrets of crypto if you don't pay attention to your coins against the Bitcoin pair. Let's take another one that's everybody likes. Let's go with Matic BTC. How you been doing over here on Binance? Not so great. You haven't been doing so great, and it doesn't look like you're doing too well right now, actually, Matic. Because look, we got the death cross, 50 moving average cross, and the 20 on the weekly, man. It kind of tells me that Matic overall, I mean, she can get some bounces and everything and make a little bit of gains, but she ain't the winner to be playing right now, in my personal opinion. Especially against Bitcoin value. And think about it, if Bitcoin keeps going up, or even just sideways or up, and the altcoins keep going down in Bitcoin value, what is that saying? There are faster horses out there. I'm wanting to find them. I think that should be a stream in itself. That's what I want to do. Taking a look at Rune, having to make some decisions here with Rune against some Bitcoin. She might have some progress though. Let's see. Rune. Because you bottom out and you're getting above this 200 moving average. You below it right now. You show you on my cut list. You know that, right? I mean, I know you're going to do some big things, but maybe. Okay, I got candle wick. That's stretching it. I prefer candle body. But she working on trying to get out of that. I'm giving her a little leeway there. I need to see something positive. She's got a chance to bounce up there. 21 moving average right here has crossed bullishly over that 200 moving average. Might pull the little 9-1 back up into speed. Ichimoku Cloud says, yeah, that one needs some attention. Unruly. We've got some work to do for some more upside, which, it would. But Rune actually looks like it's got potential to actually gain back against Bitcoin. We're sitting at 0.000. That's a lot of zeros. 0.00009321. And we could easily come back up to these areas right over here, looking to the left, about 0.002. That would be like 1.5x on the Bitcoin value where it is currently right now. It can easily make a bounce up like that when it gets bullish. Just ideas. That's what I'm looking for. When I see this thing goes up against my Bitcoins, I'm selling out Insta coins. And I've got the method to do it. I have to use the wallet, the Rune wallet, to make that happen. But I've got my game plan in place now. Last time Rune pumped up, I missed it because I couldn't exit. Something you need to consider. Make sure you have an exit plan. Do you have an exchange for your coins when it's time to sell them? Or have they delisted them, or have they put them onto a different chain and you're like, oh crap, I can't get that over there. They don't accept the chain that my coin is on. What do? Am I stuck with this bag forever? You got to find some ways to get out. But I've got my eye right here on this juicy area of Rune when it comes up to 0.00032. Me and Rune go back. We've been together for quite a while. But imagine getting in at these little areas down here and getting a move like that, 380 something % on your Bitcoin value, whether you bought this in Bitcoin or in fiat. You're getting that much increase in your Bitcoin value when Rune does take up off there. It's just something to consider. Bitcoin instead of selling into that dirty fiat. I'm just throwing some ideas your way. Let's get into our altcoins that you know and I know and we all love. And let's just go ahead with Whiffy. Well, this is dog with hat. Blasted all my little targets there. Did very well on that on the weekly chart. Boom, shakalaka. She came up and hit 123. I know I said, sounds crazy. I mean, she's at 58 cents and, you know, throw these numbers out there. I'm still looking for 147, 148 me coming out of this guy. When this is just a pit stop, in my personal opinion. That was just your standard measure move. We still got a fib up there that's just kind of attracting it to there the way that fibs just kind of attract you to that 618. It's a freak of nature, man. It's just like, where's the 618? We're just naturally, So she still looks very strong here on the 2-hour chart. Well above the 9-movement average on Whiffy. Whiffy darn good. She ain't planning on stopping, even though it's telling her to take a little breather right now on market ciphers. Throw it down. Take a breath. You're getting too hot. You're panting too much. So she's flirting. Oh, no. Did she not? Okay. Got to pay attention to these wicks here when I'm drawing these trend lines like this. But she's got a nice little pattern going on, if I do say myself. I do really like candle bodies, man. I do prefer candle bodies to attach my lines to. Wicks, if there's a lot of them, and I want the, you know, the outlying position there. But she can just bounce off this mace. She might even come back. No, what? My whiff go down? No, we're at 123. I don't want to go back down. She may be seeing somewhere around $1 door of $1.05. You know, she bounces back down here. It is the weekend. I know things are going up, but they're going to see them kind of popcorn. Some things are going to go up, some things are going to go down. We don't have full-fledged weekend here yet. We're just getting a little dribble of them coming in. Wait till they really get here. Don't sell out too early, baby. Don't sell out too early. Little by little. With nibbles. Because this is the time for the value of those portfolios that you've been hanging on to start really going up. But we're getting into trading season now, full-blown trading season where, okay, we got our bags packed during the summer or during the winter, right? Now we can shift over to trading a little bit more. While our bags, let them have a little rest, man. We'll just check in on them every once in a while, and every once in a while we'll peel off, you know, a few percent points while we ride that little baby up. And in the meantime, we can take some of that profit. Of course, a lot of its capital probably needs to come back to you. I got a lot of it. I need to bring back to the real world right now. And then the rest of it we can leave in there for dry powder. For when the market crashes, because it's coming, we're going to have some big scary ass crashes, and you're going to swear by the news that crypto is over. Oh gosh, it is over now. And that's the perfect time to buy. Yeah. And in between then, we're going to be trading. And you'll probably see me do my BitUnix show, the 100 to 10,000 challenge a little bit more. I haven't done it in a week. I need to get one out. There's definitely been some good opportunities. All right, guys, just check back with you in the chat, see if you got anything that you guys wanted to take a look at. I want to make sure I didn't miss it. So what's going on over here that I missed? Woo, Haven says her ship's up. Good deal. I would post that, but I don't like to post people's, why draw attention? I risk my family's security to take this risk for years now. I put in my entire Air Force retirement check directly into crypto. It's a risk to make, but if you're picked a cycle to do it, I think this is a good one. But yeah, this will be maybe one of the last big chances to really make that serious life-changing money as easily. I think the 2017 bull run was the easiest for the people that were in it. But and the last one, not so much. You saw some, but not as much as before. This one, I think we got a little bit better of a chance, and I think this might be the last one, and it's going to be We owe it all to Bitcoin, and don't need to forget Bitcoin, because at one point she's going to get somewhere where she's not going to look back much anymore. And she might just level. And since we got the big players in, I mean, at some point she may just get somewhere and go. The excitement may be over at some point for a while, except for when it starts, the supply crunch comes in again, and then she has to bump it up an extra level. But if she may level off and become more of a, $100,000 stable coin or something. Just one theory. Dave says, "Haven, you got balls, bro." Hey, you got to give a shout out to people with the balls, man. To people with balls, I salute you. Joe says he's editing videos and watching my dude. I appreciate that, Joe. Appreciate you for hanging out with me. Love Road Dogg and his TA. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me coming from another analyst. It really does. TA just, for some reason in my head, it just looked like it was hard. And I didn't understand it. And like, you hear them on you hear them on the news, and when they talk about finance and the financial sector comes on, and it's like, oh my God, my eyes cross, and geez, it's like watching the news when you're a kid. You're like squirming, just wanting to get the freak away, just like. And they make it so darn complicated. They made it complicated. They made it complicated on purpose. It's not that freaking complicated. None of it, really. They just keep adding layer and layer and layer and layer onto the products that they create, and these little fictional Ponzi things, products that's what they do, man. They confuse it. You just get back to the bare bones. It's not that bad, man. And if you can draw a line, and if you can connect dots, you can do TA. It's that simple. If you can look to the left and see, hey, number went up here before, and draw a line horizontally across it, that's your first step. And draw a diagonal line connecting dots, and the rest of it will come. And the more you watch and hang out with some of us guys that just kind of explain it as we do it, rather than trying to sell you a course or trying to get you into some subscripted program group or something like that. I'm going to say this again, and I keep saying this. One of the best ways to become a crypto millionaire is to have a trading group. That'll get you there really quickly. But I believe there's karma, because you better have a good bill of goods to sell. And just to be honest with you, I mean, all the information that you need to know is out there for free everywhere. And it's even better information than what you get in some of those groups. I'm just being honest. Some of them have some good teachers, and some of them, Joe was one of those good teachers that was hired in for one of those groups before, that I thought, when I saw that happen, I was like, oh damn, y'all stepping up your game. And I imagine that somebody actually did do something like that for real. Now that would have value. If you actually had a program to take people through and actually had, somebody there to help you through it. But most of these, they're just throwing you in there, and you got one little group. It's a lot like my Telegram group. It is. I've got a free Telegram group that's a lot like a trading group. Maybe you got one that posts the charts over here, then other for news, and it's just, and then you got people communicating back and forth. It's really those people in that group that add the value. For real. Anyway, getting away from that. Let's move on. Let's get to where the money is. What do you guys want to look at, or do you want me to trim out some stuff that I kind of have my eyes on? I was watching Charting Crypto earlier. He's another analyst that I like. Shout out to CC. I like to hang out on his live streams and everything. Someone mentioned TRVL, and it looked kind of juicy. They brought it up. I think it's worth mentioning again. This one in Travala, AVA, might be something to put on your radar. Travala's been around for a while, and it will do all right. It won't make you like 200x or anything, but it does have a real world use case, and they've been around for a while for the travel industry. And they do. They were released on Binance Launchpad. But look at this little guy. Still in accumulation. This is why I want to bring this kind of stuff up. A lot of the coins that we already got into, they've already popped off. INJ did. It's at $44 now. It's not sitting under $1.15 anymore. It's had its run. But at one time, INJ looked, a lot similar to this at a bottom. And it went through an accumulation. So these are the coins that have not ran yet. And just throwing it out there. So I put a few bucks into this since we're in this juicy accumulation. I'm on a weekly chart, man. I didn't zoom into the 15-minute to nail it. I said, oh, hell, let's go for it. Let's nibble. Well, let's nibble now because we're in the red cloud. I said that we're in this Ichimoku green cloud or red cloud here, which will kind of, once we get into it, it'll suck us out and spit us above a green cloud. Just want to take a little time. Riding above the 9 moving average, which is, if I say you're riding above the 9, you're doing just fine. Some people, now let's talk about this. Some people choose the 8. And their arguments for that, well, I mean, some of them don't know why they do it, is a Fibonacci number. 8 is a Fibonacci number. 9 is a mystical number, and I like it. I think it has a little less noise than, say, the 5 moving average or the 8. But a 13 is another option for a moving average. I do use that sometimes, like on a bigger time frame when I'm trying to catch an exit for a bigger move. Like I do have a strategy that uses the 9 and the 13 for when to get the freak out of this market. I don't know, moving averages are just cool, man. But they're getting ready to cross bullishly over this 100 on the weekly, indicating a very strong move that could come up and confirm this double bottom pattern here, which automatically gives us a 1-to-1 move target. Let me tighten up my fibs here. There's a little gappy gap space. So I like to draw a horizontal line here just to tell me where my accumulation levels are there and below. I know it's a good deal. I can narrow that down, but it really doesn't serve a purpose for what I'm doing right now. I'm just wanting to get some bigger targets to look for. Since I've already got my fib pull, I'll just go ahead and mark a few little areas here. You'll see me do the same things repeatedly over and over, and it works for me. It'll also work for you. All you got to do is just, if you don't have your computer open and your charts out, I mean, it's a bonus if you do. You're the ones that are really going to take what I do here and make it work for you. If you're just kind of watching and trying to remember, maybe some of it will stay. But if you're out there actively with me here in the charts, just take it, whether you're doing it on this chart or applying this to whatever you're looking at. It works really good for me. So much that I don't have to work for the man anymore. I just hang out on YouTube every night. And it doesn't even pay me. I haven't even turned in my thing to get money from YouTube. Listen, it doesn't pay all that great with 1,268 subscribers. So I'm not here for the money. I'm just here to find the right crowd that resonates with me and wants to hang out and make some life-changing money. Isn't there a thing up here? Something says money. Analytics. Oh, well. It's like $200 is all I've made on YouTube. Not even enough to have it sent to my bank account. For me, personally. It's not about that. Where you at? Let's get back to what we're talking about. All right, so I got these little guys out. I'm on the bigger picture here, just kind of laying out some places where this could go. You also have a measured move. When I said when we come back up and complete this pattern here, you get a 1-to-1 move. And you can also think of this as being a channel because, well, it is. The price does travel in channels and it breaks out of channels, and there's a measured move for all these channels that has a very likelihood of playing out. Identifies the next extent of the channel. Confluence right over here with this candle body, for instance. So I guess if I actually tighten up my line just a little bit instead of being sloppy and bringing this down to actually meet that line, there might actually lines up perfect. So there is a math to this, a ratio type math proportion that plays out. And you don't have to get the big fancy indicators, although there are some that I do recommend. I recommend the RSI, the MACD, and the Stochastics RSI, if nothing else, and moving averages. I use 5 moving averages, sometimes 8. When I just want some extra information, I will flip those little guys on. There's not enough information for it to talk to me here, though. This one's got some great potential. It's at 5.8 cents right now. I'm looking for it to come up to 13 cents in that area to retest it. From there, double up to around 25 cents. Working its way to 33 cents, and then maybe you can get antsy and try to work up to 42 cents, all from this little area of $5. There's over a 10x possible here on TRVL for a longer term play on the weekly. If you want to come down to the 4 hour, see what she looks like. She's bouncing like crazy off this 200 moving average. All the moving averages are lined up. She went up to 8.7 cents and has dropped back down to a flag right here at 5.8. Making a pretty darn good place to kind of nibble or jump in my personal opinion. That's a pullback, and she may even, possible. It looks like a symmetrical shape there, so, but not my favorite. But she might come down to 5.4, I don't know. What the fractions of a penny between making a few $100,000. That's what I'm saying. At some point, you can't be as picky, but you have to determine that point, not me. All right, so TRVL, shout out to Charting Crypto, and I don't know who mentioned it on the show, but shout out to them too, who brought it up to him. That one's a great one. And also mentioned was Travala, which I've been in before, and decided, hey man, yeah, I think I do want to be on this one again. So I'm nibbling, nothing big. When I say nibbling, I'm talking about, maybe $100 or something like that, nibble. And then I may nibble more. And then those nibbles may add up to make a small bag, which I've seen a lot of small bags turn into some sizable bags. And I like to pull my capital out and just collect moon bags. It's like meanie babies. I can't get enough. I got so many moon bags. I like it. That's just my little thing. That's my niche. Moon bags. Ava T. We're on the 4 hour. We got to zoom out to the weekly, man. Take a breath. Travala. She's down at these juicy bottoms, making this nice elongated falling wedgie type pattern, which according to Bukowski, man, these are the ones that have the most awesome results. The more shallow the falling wedge, the better the play, baby. The steeper, not so much. If you didn't know that, well, maybe you do, and maybe you should hang out with Bukowski a little bit more, because Bukowski is the GOAT, the greatest of all times. If you don't know who Bukowski is, when I mentioned him, go to thepatternSite.com, learn all about it. It's free. Buy his books if you want to support him. They're expensive because they're hard to find, because they're that valuable and every trader wants their book. Sometimes you get lucky when they come out, and maybe, I don't know, you can find one under $100. If it's an older copy, these things can sell from $500 to $1,000, man. Yeah. And all that information's free right here on thepatternSite.com. Go figure. People just like to have what works. And Bukowski, he's the GOAT. He's got the receipts to prove it. He's got the experience to prove it. So rather than just trusting random YouTubers out there trying to sell you something and some random, I don't know. I say a lot of them make things up as they go. Check it against Bukowski if you want to figure out who they are. That's the best thing I can tell you. Bukowski is so big to me because when I first found out that you could put percentage, there's a probability for the breakouts of these certain patterns, I was fascinated. I was like, I can use that. I can work off of that. That can help me figure things out. Bukowski is, he's he's the one who did all that math. And although it's often touted that, if you listen to some YouTubers, you think almost every pattern has a 68% chance to break up or down. Get the real stats over it. The pattern side. Travala going to 349 has been there before several times, and yeah, that looks like a juicy little target to hit for, since it's only 66 cents now. Gotta see it come up to about $1.58 for I consider it technically out of its major accumulation there. Actually, I'm not even on the bigger thing here. Well, that now becomes the 0.5. The 618 for the whole move comes in at 450. That's a nice bull market target to shoot for, in my personal opinion, as well as 340 where we just were. Notice how the fibs kept harmony there even after I went up another fib, right? They still got confluence, even though it's a different fib area. And we come down here to this one, and this helps us identify our accumulation level, which we're still in. Don't have a breakout yet of that pattern, but she's getting ready to. I put this one on your radar, however you want to play this according to your strategy and how you trade. Everybody does it different. The ideal way, the Bukowski method, is to wait for a breakout, and then, ideally you buy the retest or buy over when it makes a higher high after it does that retest. Some people just want to FOMO in before. Not always advisable. After you get your butt kicked a number of times, you'll rethink that, even though it may work for you sometimes. But when it does like that, you feel like a dumbass. Sometimes they don't get those retests until much later, and sometimes you have to be patient. So you got that going for you. Even if she goes up, I know people going to steal FOMO, buying the green candles, but buying as close as you can to this trend line after a confirmed break, making higher highs and higher lows, and set you be in a good place to take advantage of Sky when she actually does make these bigger bull market numbers, which, if you're patient, they're coming. They will be here. They will be here. So those are two great ones. And shout out to Charting Crypto, because I like what I'm seeing there. Enough to share it with you guys. I lost my chat. Got to get to my chat. Try not to spend too much time on these. Make sure to smash your likes on the way in. Hey, I appreciate that. That helps me out more than anything. I need more likes to help this channel grow. Still, I got 1,200 people. You know what's weird? I thought by 2 years in, I would be... This month will make 2 years of me doing videos. And it will make... And everything was actually building up really fast when I just did videos. It's when I switched over to live streams that everything just went to a halt. Totally changed the game on the algorithm or whatever, and man, for about the last 8 months, maybe 200 subscribers. This changed the game, but I just don't want to go back to doing 4 to 6 hours a day for one or maybe luckily 2 videos that get outdated. They don't stay evergreen. This is where I can reach the most people eventually, hopefully, with the most up-to-date information, because you don't need this stuff 2 weeks from now. Even though I try to stick with the larger time frames, it still stays good for up to a week, but nobody wants to go look at old news, right? Anyway, let's go. Caspa to the moon, says Justin Crypto. Welcome to the show, my man. Let's take a look at Caspa. Let's take a look at Caspa against Bitcoin. Let's flip it up a little bit. How do you look against Bitcoin? Can you be a winner against Bitcoin? It looks like it has been a winner against Bitcoin, and this is why I like Caspa. I want the ones that are going to outperform Bitcoin. And they all eventually will, but some of them are going to be the real big performers against Bitcoin that are going to make me the more Bitcoin, put more Bitcoin in my portfolio, so that when this next run comes around, or when this one comes, I got plans with Bitcoin, okay? You don't have to sell your Bitcoin at the top of this market. Did you know that? Did you know that? There are other things you can do with it. It's the top tier commodity. Rich people don't sell their high-end, they don't sell all their properties to go buy something else. They take loans against it, tax-free loans against it. And I know you're saying, well, the number's up here, they'll come down here. I know. Yeah, you need to consider that when you do all of that, but I'm at the point, I'm never selling my Bitcoin. Because I got value in that will never change, and it repeatedly knocks fiat to the dirty ground where it belongs. Caspa can definitely win against Bitcoin. I wouldn't doubt that at all. Let's just keep it simple. Let's say, I don't know, let's say it respects the channel. Channel could be, I'm just got candle bodies. I'm not even including wicks. So we get to the top of the channel from right here. Where we at? 0.0000. We're at 5 zeros, 29584 in Bitcoin value. That almost doubles up here. I mean, you just doubled your Bitcoin value with that one little move of Caspa rising up here, which says it can do. That's just a fraction. It might even go all the way up here. That is most definitely a double your Bitcoin situation. She just popped up in Bitcoin value. Now she's 27507. She was 25 something, right? Unless I'm hallucinating again. Sometimes I hallucinate. Oh my God. I guess I did hallucinate because you're going down, so can't be. You were down there. So just something to keep in mind with Caspa and Bitcoin. You don't have to sell it into dollars. You can sell it into Bitcoin. You get more Bitcoin then, twice as much then at the top of that channel than you would now. Just saying. Somebody is. But Caspa against the dirty fiat system that we were indoctrinated into since birth. She's showing some signs there. You tired, Caspa? You getting ready to come down for a little bit? I've been waiting, but I ain't seen it. I've been waiting for you to drop, but I kind of got tired of waiting on you because you just want to keep hanging around 17 cents forever. You had that big scammy wick down here. And I didn't have, the one time I didn't have my limit orders in place. I thought, oh, let's go back and see how much we got. And I was like, man, what the? Should have got me. That could have been that's too early for a spring in my personal opinion for a Wyckoff. She ranging, of course you were ranging. The biggest thing we can do is zoom out and just realize that we are still in this big old mega channel, slowly trying to work our way up here to 20 cents, 22 cents. I got 22.59 up here, just waiting on. She's getting a little toppy top. Elliot, what do you say? Elliot says she's got another wave in her. Says she wants to get it on. Question is, would it be a big, nice move up like that and break above this channel? Because that could even indicate an even bigger move getting ready to happen, which would get us closer to 50 cents. If she hits this target quick, breaks out of this channel, that's bullish. Or does she just want to slowly meander her way up here and just kind of ride it up here and then kind of come down? Don't know. I think it's a disservice sometimes because when we draw out patterns and we do something crazy like this, you know, better look enough that's to the upside. It gives this impression like, oh, you're going to break out and then you're going to do like that. And it doesn't always work out that way, my friends. And that's one reason why it's important to see how much volume you got going on down here when you got a breakout. Now, the more volume you have going on, well, you probably have a better chance of seeing something like that, though not always. But, you know, it may just do something like, it may take it a while to get up there with this. And, it's misleading, I think, sometimes to just throw some of these moves up there and target's right up here. And if you watch some of these guys, if they ever make a play on this, watch them. They bail, man. They don't stick with their trades. They don't, and that's a sign, man. If you have a trade, this is what gets me. If you set a stop loss, you're supposed to calculate this stuff out, man. You're supposed to know what your line in the sand is. I don't want to lose more than this, which is a percentage of my, especially if you're leverage trading your account, right? I don't want to lose more than 2%. Let's say that 2% is $200. Well, if you set your stop loss, $200 would be it, and you'll calculate your trade. You'll have the system going down, and it's a lot easier for you to. It's just easier if you got your little system. And I just see them kind of willy-nilly going in and making it sound like they're calculating everything out, but they're just not. And that's okay too. I mean, you don't have to get down and get on nerd sites, but just know, hey, this is my line of sand. $200 is it. It's over. And if we go below that point, gets below this wick, invalidates my trade. That the cutoff point should be where the trade gets invalidated, and the amount you lose, you tailor that to where it fits that $200 equals that line. And that's what you should do if that's your 1% that you're losing, or 2%. And so often I see them and a trade will just go in the red a little bit and they get all shaken and they're out. And I'm like, well, what the hell do you got a stop loss for? And then you're looking for the risk to reward ratio, like this one's 4 to 1 or something. It's got to be at least 4 to 1 for me to take it. Okay, I can deal with that. Yeah. But when it goes up and then you gut out just because your stochastics are high or whatever, and Dude, you just made that risk. Your risk to reward wasn't that. Your risk to reward was freaking stupid high. I'm just saying, it was. Okay, I digress. I get on little tangents sometimes. I just hope some of these conversations are at least thought-provoking in some way and make you think, huh, yeah, why is that? So Caspa doing good. I'm looking for 22 cents to come to it eventually. If she drops down, which I hope she will. I hope you do, Caspa. It may only be about 15 cents. Although technically she could come back to the bottom of the channel, which would make me, it would make me happy temporarily to buy some more Caspa at that price. Because I think this, I think she can do some damage. Especially if there get smart contracts over there. I don't know if that's possible or not. I mean, I think most things are possible, but when it will happen, I don't know. Check out ORAI. Yeah. Remember me talking about this one is like $1.65. Had videos out on this one. And ORAI Dex, also worth looking at. She did what we talked about might happen. That I know it seemed like it's never going to happen until that one day. Today is that day, my friends. Today is that day. I'm just saying. There was a time when we were up here hanging out right below this, about 1087 at the top of this trend line. I said, well, man, you know, she may get rejected, and if she does, she can come back to 8, but she gets above it and retests it. It's on, baby. She's going to the moon, going up to $16 or higher. And I said, I know it seems crazy when I say things like that until that one day, and today is that day. We got to zoom out to appreciate this one, I think. 12-hour daily, something like that. I got a target at $22. Now, seeing the likelihood that we hit 16, do you think that we might actually hit that $22 mark? I mean, this measure move was pretty good. So did pretty good. She did what she's supposed to do. She came up, she hit it, and she retested it as support right there with a... Did she get it? Not as great as the other ones. You could have nailed that one a little bit more, Road Dog. You're off by just fractions of a penny there, and it's just not to cast the mustard. Put it back where I had it. Okay, but look at there. That's a flip right there when I moved it up the 2 pennies I was off. To keep in mind, these measure moves are zones, man. Whenever you draw a measure move, I mean, it's cool when they hit right on, but there is a little area up to on both sides. And even then, if she's real bullish, she might just keep on plowing through that measure move like what we're doing right there. The 16, was it 1603? That was the target, and it got hit. And now she's like, I ain't stopping here, baby. I'm going to 2290. ORAI chain knocking it out of the freaking park. And I want to zoom out to the weekly so we can see what's going on. All right, so definitely time to clean up some charts here, right? See, we've been following this one for quite a while, and even the breakout and possible retracements down here to these areas. So let's clean her up. All that stuff is, should we leave? Yeah. So this measure move here to 22 is just simply from this very nice falling wedge, which is shallow, which, like we talked about earlier, just have a really nice breakouts, which pretty strong, isn't it? When you say that's off to a nice start? Oh, I think so. So whatever other pattern that we saw earlier, I can't remember what it was, but you could expect similar results from that pattern from what you see here. You might also see, an inverted, I don't have a solid neckline. There's nothing here that connects that guy. You might be able to say this, draw it up here, shoulder, head, shoulder, whatever floats your boat, man. That's fine. My measure move's still better than your measure move, because if you do the head and shoulders, you've already met that measure move. You're out of the game a long time ago. Actually, you could probably make an argument that we're going to extend this triangle all the way over here. Let's do it right. Our measure move might actually be a little taller than 22. Let's go with that. Let's see. Wow, we might actually have a $26 larger measure move from that breakout. Just throwing that out there. Copy and move it. Oh man, you got that line too. Let's come over and see what you guys are doing over here. Haven says, I love the videos when you guys make Road Dogg video NFT. Can I have the first crack at it? I thought I'm not against trading groups per se, but I thought a cool way that you could do one is with NFT access. Now, if I had one and wanted to make a private trading group, and like if I had admins over there that I wanted to make sure had some kind of income coming from it, you know something. If somebody's there going to put in some time to do things, you want to make sure they're you're not working somebody they get some kind of compensation, tips or something. I'm all for that kind of thing. And I think maybe an NFT enabled thing, and then you have your NFTs, and if somebody wants to buy it or whatever, and if a member wants to put theirs for sale, you get tired of your trading group membership, you can sell your NFT and get value back out of it. I don't know, something like that sounds kind of. But this whole $99 a month subscription, come on, man. It's a business. It's all it is. It's a business. But the new people don't see it that way, and that's what's so misleading. That's where I have a problem. The new people coming in are saying, oh, these guys know everything about crypto. They're going to teach me the ins and outs and the ropes. And what you're told, what you're getting into, and then what you actually find is there are often, the idea in your head that it's built up in your mind. That's not there. Just throwing it out there. This is what been my experience. Joe says, so true, they make everything's very confused. I guess we'll talk about the financial markets and everything, and just in general. Support, resistance, trend lines is all you need. That's true. That's true. You don't even technically need indicators, but they do help you. They help you find some confluence and, like the cloud that I have back there. I don't even use it the way most people use the cloud. I just got it sitting back there because it just helps me keep up with which side of the fence I'm on. And sometimes it tells me when it's getting ready to jump over that fence. I don't know. You just kind of... You get used to your indicators and you learn how to read them, and then they're just a good little friend to turn to for, they give you a thumbs up or thumbs down. Did you make your own decisions, right? But yeah, support, resistance, the basics, man, that's all you need. And it's not that hard. It's not. I put it off for years learning this. I was like, oh God, no. And then when I wanted to learn it, I couldn't find a place how to learn it, in order or, something that made sense. It's just like, here, it's like poop splattered on the wall and you had to figure out where to start. So that was one benefit that I get from signing up with the trading group. And that's what helped set me on my course. It's just having a starting point, and that's helpful. So that's why I put all kinds of resources over in our Telegram group. And I got books, I got videos, I got all kinds of stuff. Everything should be over there if you want to learn how to do this, but it's on you. That's what you're not finding out when you join those trading groups, though. It's still on you. They're not going to hold your hand. Nobody's going to hold your hand and walk you through this. It's on you. Here's the books. Here's the resources. And some of the groups will have somebody there that might, give you pointers, or they might have videos. And that's what Joe was doing. And that was what's so helpful then when he was part of that group. That actually added value. But most of the time, they're just, here you go. $99, please. That a boy. Haven says, I love Lamp and Road Dogg. I trade crypto more than two people work. More than two people work. It's a religion. I can definitely say a philosophy or a lifestyle, maybe a lifestyle. I'm in the charts a lot, man. I've been in these charts every day, definitely since the pandemic. I mean, Before that, I was working, so I might have missed a little bit here and there, but ever since the pandemic, I've been hours and hours every day. I'm trying to actually, I've got to the point where I don't have to just, you get to the point sometimes you're just, it's too much. But it's so fun. I don't know. It's like a lava lamp to me watching price. Casper to the moon. Let's see what else we got. What's up, Dave? Haven't said I mentioned. So I mentioned you in Bitcoin Live last night. Up you out more than you deserve it, even though social media gives me the willies. Always has. Appreciate that. Any mentions or shares or whatever, I definitely appreciate it. Not expected at all, but I do appreciate it. It's, I don't know. If the channel's meant to grow, it'll grow. If not, I'm just going to sit here and hang out and do what I do. This is helpful for me, too. It helps me keep from over trading, so. Since making videos is hard, all the video editing, it does. It just sucks up a lot of time. And you want to do a good job, and, you know, sometimes I'd put a little, you know, try to put some little things in there, and just, you know, I liked it. It was creative. I loved that. But, you know, the time and the stress to try to get a schedule like that, it's just easier. Get more information out this way. So much easier. Joe says, I use indicators to see how other people are going to trade. Same with the patterns, knowing how other trades builds confluence in my thought process. And he's bringing up a good point there, and trying to figure out what everybody else is going to do, because you're trading against everybody else. It's like when everybody says, you know, gets all bullish in the market. And when, you know, like they're talking about Coinbase being the #1 app and the herd is heading one direction, you're trading against the herd. So you're using these principles to figure out what the newbie, the retail, the dumb money, what the majority of the people are going to do or run into, and then use that to your advantage. I mean, when it comes to like pattern trading, I mean, the people that are trying to trade against pattern trading, certain traders know that, oh, when it breaks out and does a retest, they're going to jump in. And so, I mean, you can use this as jujitsu, man. That's fascinating. Sugar says, hold my hand, Jenny. Did I miss that song? I thought it was on this playlist. Yeah, there's a song that reminds me back of the old skating room days. All right. Strader says, Froggy did well today, but it's got a lot more to go. Memes are getting hot. That used to be a top symbol. I don't know if it is anymore or not. Froggy Weath. Oh, is this against wrapped Ethereum? This is not against the dollar. Well, it's time to make the donuts. Put 15 minutes on that little guy. Oh, we got Froggy on MexC now? Oh my God, what happened to this one? It looked dead on the weekly. What we got here? I guess it's saying, oh, here we go. 45 minute. 1 hour. A lot of noise. Where's that happy medium between just a little bit of noise and... Ooh. I don't know if I got the right one or not. This one... I would feel much more comfortable if I could start seeing it on all these timelines I'm looking at get above that 200 moving average. Oh, look, she did on the 1 minute. She can get in the 3 minute. 5, 15, 24. Had it on 36. She starts getting above the 200 on all these time frames. That would be nice to see. Maybe she's starting to has a chance to reverse a little bit, start going the other direction. Keep an eye on it. You guys ever heard of Badger? There's Badger DAO. I've been in and out of it last cycle every once in a while. Nothing major, just a few bucks here, a few bucks there. But it's always been one that I just find just surprised me and just took off. So I don't know, it might be worth looking at before it takes off again. how did you do? From July of 21, she was down to what? Now $8? Yeah. I heard what she is now. It just went up to 56. So it went to 8 to 30. A nice little run there. But she's got this nice rounded shape here that's getting ready to, it's at the point where she can start taking off. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get in on this one. I just thought it was one that was in a nice pattern that's worth looking at. Getting out of the accumulation zones here. Trying to work up to some higher places. So definitely this area over 8.90, the $8 area. And she's sitting at 5.50 right now. But with the possibility of getting a 23 or 30, I don't know. Might be something to put on your radar if maybe you've traded before or might be interested in it. See if we can get some, definitely here in this area. Oh yeah, that's a support resistance flip area right there at 236. 1455. I'm cool with that. That might be one to look at. On the weekly, it looks good. Let's see what it looks like on the daily. Daily is above the 200 moving average. Moving averages are nice and strong. She's flipped the top over here. Well, she's below it now, but she did go above it price-wise. Might be a way to layer in on this one to build a position. It's on the daily. She could come down. Local pattern is more of a megapony type thing, but remember, your overall pattern, you're still in the channel, so that's the one that really matters more than the megapony. And you look at this as a double bottom situation. If you're looking at for a double bottom, here's the butt crack. I like to put my measure moves above the butt crack so I know I'm in the what I'm doing when I come back and look at this. 715 ish. Tighten it up a little bit. 710. I don't know. Badger Dow, just one that you might look back here in a few months and say, dang, we're talking about that one. It's $5. How'd you get to 40? It can happen. I'm not pushing it or anything. I'm not even in that one at all. But it's kind of speaking. I like the rounded bottoms, man. And I like that you're starting to flag out from that bottom. It's already crossed the 200 on the daily on a rounded bottom. That's usually, it's time. It's time, brother. It's time. So there's another one. And any other coin that you see doing this right now is probably a good one to look at still building a position in to make some big money. So that's the point I'm trying to, not necessarily this particular coin, but this particular pattern. If you're zooming out and seeing this on the daily or the weekly, still seeing this rounded curvaceous bottom, that's still an accumulation zone. You might want to nibble at that. And you might want to share it with other people too and let them know. I'm just saying. Take a look at Bone. Bone Shiba, I haven't looked at this one in a while. What have you done? Jeez. You went crazy? Well, that didn't work, did it? We're looking at, because you did this and it looked like you were flagging and then you went, She did a deeper double bottom, which she can do. Still, she stayed in this. So I need to highlight that. Make that a line. And basically, she's overall in the local pattern. You can zoom out and get a bigger pattern, which we broke this trend line. We could probably just do this all over. Overall, it's still in this megaphone pattern, finding a partial decline. So that's a good sign, even though, you know, the smaller flags didn't play out. That's the problem with that. They can help, but they're not always going to nail it. All right, so let's zoom out to the bigger time frames and look at this, because this is weird looking. Can we just agree with that? It was starting to do this, a symmetrical triangle, which, you know my opinions. I say they can do the rabbit runs, and you don't know. And that broke down and just, That's freaky looking. That's weird looking for Bone Shiba. It doesn't look quite natural, does it? So we can do this. And now we have to do this because, I mean, we could, she broke it there, retested and came down. We could do this. That's a little hopeful. Connecting this one to this, and maybe there's a bear trap there, or maybe we just got to do this anyway. Regardless, we're going to end up doing this, so let's just do that. What's a lot of this and that you're talking about, Road Dog? What the hell are you saying? I'm saying this one's got some work to do, man. This one's got lots of work to do. I thought this was going to be something a little bit more popular to say here. 50 crossed the 100 on the weekly. She's looking better on the daily. Starting, okay, daily's looking a lot better. Okay, she got some work to do. That's helpful. That's helpful. We need to see this one make a higher high and then a higher low. I would wait, honestly, to see a higher low, a low come in that's higher than this one. And once you see a bounce off of that, might be something going on. It might be making like a, you know, a head and shoulders reversal pattern. It might be what it's trying to work on, meaning that she may come up and then come back down again. That might be the place to look at getting in right now. I mean, you could jump in if you want to be all degen, but, you know, don't blame me if it goes against you. I'm just saying she might get cheaper before she gets more expensive, but I'm not a fan of the space that I'm seeing in between there. I've got to see her get up. I can get her breakout. That's not going to happen until we reach about $1.50, and we're sitting at about half of that right now. So, what do you say on the 4 hour? 4 hour looks freaking banging, though. That's why you're lighting up today. I got you. Okay. Okay, well, still, Mr. 4 hour, you're going to have a traffic stop right up here. And depending on how you answer that officer, depends on if you go to jail for drunk driving, whether you've been drinking or not. Is that marijuana I smell? Would you step out of the car, please? Let's look at BCH. I know, right? Why aren't you talking about that boomer coin? She ain't some boomer being $404. It takes her a long time to move, but when she does move, she can move now. Don't leave that out. I still got some of this. I did get rid of some of it, but not the whole bag, baby. That's my rule. Not the whole bag, because I don't know. I mean, she ran up from nothing to $1,500 last cycle. Early in the cycle, and then that was it. It was over. It's like, woo! It's like, oh, I'm done. You know, it has no staying power, but it did make that move quick. Could you get back to $1,000? I think so. I think we can at least get there. That's what I'm eyeballing. That's crazy. Bitcoin Cash. The 1 minute shooter when she gets excited. Dave P says SAVM pushed up. Yeah, I'm so glad. That gives me hope that maybe there's something to that one. I mean, I was doing it on testnet. I mean, it's a working pod. I mean, something's working there, right? But the way it played out, man, the way that they sold, they hurt that coin, man. And then you realize you see the backhanded plays that go on behind some of these tokens. Or how they're handled. I don't know. Hopefully the project's good. It still has an anonymous team, which used to not be a bad thing. It used to be kind of a cool thing, but then it turned into rug pulls, and now it's kind of like, I don't know if I fully trust you, anonymous. But she's doing something very bullish right now. That looks, with this and that, go back to $11. They're going to be a hiccup. Okay, hiccup's coming in right here, somewhere in this area, about 840. But then we're on target to go back up here. So 840, if it's just worn you down riding this thing as you've been DCAing, you might want to pay yourself just to make yourself feel better. But I think it's a smarter move just that those previous numbers look like they're coming back. That might be a better place to make you feel even better. Pull out some of your capital on that one. This looks like it's setting up for a big move. I see possibly a big move. Let's go to a bigger time frame. I can't go too hard because we don't have enough information. I want to see the MACD looks bitchin'. It doesn't show up on the 3-day. She's not. Let's see what you got on the. Are you dipping? All lines. You got to be blue. Yeah. 12-hour looks. It's going straight up. 8 hour, 6 hour. Little up and down on the 4 hour, but that's where the price action is, where we're going up and down. I think it looks good. I want to see possibly a retest. It might come back to 735 area. I'd like to see it get above 840 and then start working to 11 and then go to the moon, baby. Be something big. To me, it sounds good if they can actually pull this off. I don't think they have a working project, but it does sound like they are trying to do it. And EVM compatible and Ethereum virtual machine compatible layer 2 for Bitcoin. I was sold on that idea. I'm sure it won't be the only one, but I was hoping to be, one of the first ones, but they played that wrong, man. They had a big dump. Somebody dumped all their early tokens that they got and just ruined the market and kind of butted the whole thing. So I'm glad to see that maybe it's not a rug pull. Maybe it's actually a real thing. That was the fear when that kind of thing happens. It looks good. I still got it. I've been hanging on. It's like, but I was using testnet. That's how they do, Joe. That's how they can do. A traffic stop is the one thing that puts you in danger of losing your liberty just like that. And it's everything's cool if the cops are playing by the rules they're supposed to. Not all cops do that, and sometimes you see things go very sour. There are cops that, I don't know, there's documented cases where, things show up that aren't even supposed to be there, just so that they can get an attaboy. There's good ones or bad ones. So like I say, I like the good ones. And the good ones respect your constitutional rights, and that's really what matters. You shouldn't ever have to get out of that car for a traffic stop. But there's a way that you can turn a traffic stop into an attaboy. That's the problem. Oh, was I on the wrong page here? I got my little list of stuff to go over here. We check over with you guys. Make sure you guys haven't mentioned a coin. If you've mentioned something I haven't touched over, go ahead and throw it in the chat one more time. I'll cover it. Otherwise, it's getting about time to close this one up. Time goes by so fast on these streams, man. Been looking at sats. Okay, let's take a look at sats. Sats Tether KuCoin. Oh, nice. I like that. So it looks like we had this big major disruption of his trend line. And instead of bullishly breaking back in and going to the moon, she's taking the other route, which is just going on her own trajectory. So that's cool. That works. It just means at some point in time, we may have to revisit this trend line for resistance, but it's so far up now. That's a come up. Time we get up there, that's 44% gains. I think we're just on a different trajectory. It may not ever, may bounce off that trend line for a while until suddenly it doesn't ever have to worry about. I don't know. She's doing good. She's going up. It looks like we got a Adam and Eve bottom right there. It's got confirmed. Let's get rid of some of this stuff. We don't need any of this old stuff to confuse us down here. That's irrelevant. This trend line is relevant, so I want to keep that. But we found support here, and then we did an Adam and Eve. That's the the dangle thing with the rounded thingy. I'll let you figure out why they call it Adam and Eve. If it's a side view, it could just be an atom. But then you got this over here. That could be... Anyway. Sometimes you will see Adam and Eve's. They will do a double bottom type situation. Or a double boobie. I don't know if it's bottoms or boobies. If this is a neckline, which is what we call it, then it just makes perfect sense that these would have areolas. If it's a bottom, then wouldn't this be called the belt line? There needs to be a consensus about that. I think I'm the man to lead the charge on that. We need some definition to this situation so that we can all play by the same rules, because I don't know how many arguments I've been in over belt lines versus necklines. I lose friendships that way, man. It's that bad. All right, so we're confirming a rise above that area, that neckline. Well, what's his dangly doing by her neck? We're not going there. We're not going there. Stay on topic. Stay on topic. What you said. It looks like fun, whatever it is. It's making things rise. That's all that matters. Things are going up. Don't ask how. Nice. I see a lot of that's some crossing of the moving average. What are you doing here? We got a mixed signal. What's going on here? 100 crossing the 200. She's getting tired. She's going to turn around. 200 switching her way, changing her way. So, but the 100 has not yet. It's already okay. 100 bearishly crossed over the 200. No bueno. No bueno. But the price action and the 9 is able to bring everything. 9 crossed the 200, and now we're starting. And the 21 is now starting to come back around. So they're bringing them up. Does that make sense? The price is attracting the moving averages to follow it, and we like that. And when those moving averages follow that, cross over that 200, lots of good. And the 200 moving average means that for the last 200 candles, this has been the average price for the last 200 candles. That's all it means. And right now, price is above that. Good sign. Soon we'll see the 100 regain that area above it. Even better. So there might be a retest of these areas where it's 61.21 now with a bunch of zeros. We might drop down to 55.59. There might be some, add a little back to your bag as it retests these areas. If that happens, I'm on the 12 hour. May not happen at all, but it could. If it does, any dips would be worth adding to your bags and sats, because she's getting ready to make some numbers and move to the upside. There's a measured move for this. Let's go ahead and get that. You know what? I'm so used to doing them from here. I just want to make sure I'm right. Let's go back to Thomas Bukowski. Let's look at the Adam and Eve. Did we take it from the penis or did we take it from the booty? Did he say that on stream? I said Venus. Venus, YouTube. Venus. Okay. That's under A. This is the Adam and Eve. The Adam and Eve. He takes the measured move from the dangle. He went to the dangle. He's on the dangle. To the lowest valley is what he says. Compute the height from the highest peak between the two bottoms, point A in the figure to the right, to the lowest valley, which is B. So, the biggest move is what we're going with. Hey, while we're there, while we're getting the measured move, let's move over here. Percentage of meeting price target is 69%. Well, that means that little stick that we're going to draw, it may only go up 69% of the way of that measured move. That's all that means. That's the multiplier that we like to apply. If you want to get really stickler, on the Bukowski measure move, you do that. If you don't, you just take the measure move, you throw it up there at the breakout, right through here. I wouldn't do over here because it's closer to price, that little line, and then that gives us 75.52-ish. Now I'm going to be anal and make sure I get my thing. Okay, so Bukowski, that 69% is basically easiest way to do it, I've found. Just look to use your fib, and these things are, I did it backwards. You say what, 69% short at 70%, so we just kind of eyeballs it right there. I did mine backwards, 0% to 100, so after 0 to 70, and then I'll just pull it back here. And that suggests that we'll hit this area about 70.28. So, well, you got that. Of the Bukowski measure move, which I'm going to label as a Bukowski measure move. And then you got the just standard regular measure move, which often works pretty darn good by itself. Just saying. Regardless, you still got this trend line up here that could going to act like a roof wherever that we go. Looks like it's doing some good things. Full belt line, says Strega. It's Adam, Eve, and her sister. Oh, that's a family affair. All right, guys, the time is it's midnight. It's time for me to turn into a pumpkin. So I'm going to have to say goodbye and come back tomorrow night, man. But we'll track these things. Bring your favorite coins with you. I'll bring mine, and we'll just fish them all together and see what they generate and try to make this money. Do remember, check your coins against Bitcoin for your real winners, because those are the ones you want to be with. The ones that are winning against the Bitcoin pair, because I'll do that. Maybe we should devote a whole stream just to doing that, finding the true winners. All right, good night, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me. See you tomorrow night.
And I don't care what anybody says. These are not your keys. It's not your crypto. No one can ever take my crypto from me.
1032C, 1011 SWAT HQ.
I use hardware wallets with encrypted seed phrases. And I dare you low IQ idiots to even think about coming after me and my crypto. You have to pry my private keys out of my cold, dead diamond hand. I dare you. I double dog dare you. What was that?
Unit 5, set up a perimeter with Unit 6. Copy that.
Don't move. Don't move. Hands in there. Hands in there right now. What's going on here?
Well, Mr. Jones. At last we meet.
Who are you?
Agent Harold Dick from the Wallet Enforcement Agency. And sorry about the doors and the windows. I did lightly knock. Mr. Jones, we are executing a FISA warrant to search this premises for unregistered crypto wallet keys. Hey, you don't mind if we take a look around now, do ya?
Oh, look what we got here, Harry.
Well, that didn't take very long at all now, did it? What do we have here? Oh, this wouldn't be a book of unregistered wallet seed phrases, would it?
Son of
Oh, you make my job just way too easy for me. Jackpot, boys, good job. Go ahead and cuff this loser, boys. Daddy's probably getting a promotion out of this one. Pleasure doing business with you, Mr. Jones. See you around.